are back with yet another list video. Hello everyone, welcome back to Pilot Planet Entertainment. My name is Chris, as you probably know, and if you don't know and it's your first time here, hey, what's up? How's it going? My name's Chris, I'm 24 and I talk about movies because I don't have a girlfriend. Anyways, so, so, so that's not why, but it also is. I'm gonna stop depressing you now. I, yeah. Um, 2024 is coming up soon, guys. Super excited for another year of movies. 2023 was a good year for movies, and I think 2022 was a better year, but 2023 was a good year too. And I did a top 10 best movies of 2023. Go check that out. I also did my top 10 worst movies of 2023. Go check that out too if you want to see me rant. I just released my Christmas special, which is for It's a Wonderful Life. Go check that out. And to be completely honest with you guys, because I'm an honest person, right? Like Abraham Lincoln, like I'm honest Chris. I literally just put this on and changed my beanie so that my clothes wouldn't be the same in the thumbnail. But I'm filming this like right after uploading that. But you're not gonna get this until tomorrow. So just because I'm honest Chris. But that's okay because I've been wearing that same Exorcist sweatshirt for like days, so I kind of needed to, yeah. Anyways, my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2024. I got a few honorable mentions. We're going to go through my list, and then we're going to reflect on my list from last year and see how it turned out. So, my first honorable mention is Gladiator 2. The reason why it's not on my top 10 is just because I'm very hesitant. Gladiator, for me, is an amazing movie. I love that movie. But doing it again, a sequel, that's very, very risque. And I'm very cautious about that movie. That's why it's an honorable mention. My second honorable mention is Joker, Folie à Deux. The reason why that also did not make my list is because there are rumors that this is going to be a musical, and if it is, no thank you. But I'll stay open-minded. Don't get me wrong. I'm an open-minded guy, so I'm still gonna go see it and support it. Maybe they did something good with that. Maybe, but we'll see. My third honorable mention is Kung Fu Panda 4. I love Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. I haven't seen them in a long time, but they are really good movies. I never saw the third one, so I'll definitely try and watch it before the fourth one comes out, because the trailer just recently dropped for Kung Fu Panda 4, and it looks really good. My fourth honorable mention is Sonic the Hedgehog 3. We don't know anything about this yet, other than that Shadow's going to be in it. I sort of liked the first one. I thought the second one was a step up, but ultimately, these are kids' movies, and I don't like that they take place in the human world, really, which is why I've never loved these movies. So that's why it's an honorable mention, just because I'm kind of excited, but, I know it's not going to be great. And then my last one is Deadpool 3. Now, y'all might be surprised that this did not make my list, but I saw Deadpool once, I saw Deadpool 2 once. I enjoyed them, but have never felt the need to revisit them, which is why this did not make my top 10. I like them. They're good. But they're just not... there was a lot of hype around these movies. Like, I remember when the first one was coming out, holy crap. It was like the same thing with, like, Suicide Squad. Like, there was so much talk. The only difference is that people actually liked that movie. And I liked it, too. I thought it was really good. I just haven't felt the need to revisit it. That's all. All right. Now let's get into my top 10. At number 10, we have Twisters. This is one that I'm hesitant will actually come out this year. Hopefully it does, but the thing is that we just don't know anything about this yet. I don't even really know if there's been an official teaser poster for it yet. It's just been announced it's supposed to come out this year. I put it at number 10 because we don't know anything about this. So that's why it's at number 10. But I love Twister. Bill Paxton, rest in peace. You're an MVP. I love that movie. So I'm hoping that this turns out to be something. At number 9, we have The Bike Riders. I think this was supposed to come out this month, but it got pushed because of the writers and the writer strike and the actor strike. But from those who have seen it, have said it's pretty good. So I'm excited for it. Trailers look really good. Austin Butler's great. I'm looking forward to it. At number 8, we have The Lord of the Rings, The War of Rohirrim. This is another movie we don't know anything about. So it's not surprising me if this doesn't come out this year. But I love The Lord of the Rings. it just, oh yeah, gosh, just let this be good, man. Like, just don't beat Lord of the Rings into the dirt the way you did Star Wars, Hollywood, please. Okay, like, just let this be good. Okay, please. We don't know anything about this. I just hope it's good. All right. At number 7, we have A Quiet Place Day 1. I really like A Quiet Place and A Quiet Place Part 2. I reviewed A Quiet Place Part 2. Go check it out. And I've been trying to review A Quiet Place for some time. I just haven't gotten around to it. But John Krasinski's not directing this one, unfortunately. But I still have high hopes. So hopefully this is a great film. At number 6, we have Bad Boys 4. This is another one where I won't be surprised if we don't get it this year. Because we saw some behind-the-scenes photos. But that's it. We don't know anything about this other than that the boys are back and it's a cop movie and it's gonna be funny. And I love the Bad Boys franchise, I really do. Some people don't. That's okay. I love all three of those movies, and I'm really hoping that this one is great. Just because I love Bad Boys so much, and I've reviewed Bad Boys, so go check that out. At number 5, we have Godzilla and Kong, or Godzilla X Kong, however you want to say it. The New Empire. Godzilla Minus One was on my top 10 best of the year. These American Godzilla, King Kong monster movies are not great. They're just a lot of fun. Godzilla versus Kong was not a great movie. The writing in it was like atrocious, but I can't deny it is a crap ton of fun to watch. So that's why I'm looking for this. It's just going to be a popcorn flick and I'm going to have a good time. At number 4, we have Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. The trailers for this look really promising. I haven't watched the Ghostbusters 3 since it came out in theaters. I liked it, but for me, Ghostbusters is the greatest comedy of all time. I really mean that. That is my all-time favorite comedy. I love that movie. Ghostbusters 2 is good. Not great, but good. I like it. And I felt the same way about Ghostbusters Afterlife. It was good, not great. I liked it. I just don't really... It's Ghostbusters 2 and 3, I don't really feel the need to revisit a lot, but Ghostbusters 1, I watch like at least once a year. It's one of my all-time favorite movies. And in this new trailer, we see the original Ghostbusters have a much bigger role. That was my biggest problem with Ghostbusters Afterlife, is that the Ghostbusters got put on the back burner for these new characters. I don't like that. Stop doing that. And it looks like they're going to play a much larger role in this movie, which is why I'm very excited. And number 3, we have Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Now, look, the Planet of the Apes reboot trilogy is pretty good. It's not amazing, but I enjoy all 3 of those movies. I think they're really good movies, they're not like Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or Indiana Jones. You know, they're just really good movies, right? New trailers for this look promising. I think it's going to be a really good movie. I'm looking forward to it. At number 2, we have Furiosa. So Mad Max Fury Road, right? You guys know I talk about this movie all the time. It's one of my all-time favorite action movies. I freaking love that movie. It's amazing. It's perfect in every way. It is one of the best action movies of all time. Furiosa got announced a long time ago. Probably maybe not too long after Mad Max Fury Road came out, which was in 2015. This movie's been a long time coming. We've been waiting for this for a long time. I don't know why it's taken so long, but it's finally coming. The trailer looks really cool. I'm hoping that Ana de Armas, is that the right one? What's her name? I can't remember her name. If I got it wrong, I'll put it here so y'all can see it. But I'm hoping that she can do the action sequences. I've never really seen her do action stuff, so hopefully she can do that. It's not Ana de Armas, I don't think. What's her freaking name? Dang it, I should have looked up before I started recording. Now I feel dumb. Whatever. You guys know who I'm talking about. She was in freaking the Northman and The Witch. Yeah. So she's a good actress. The Menu, that was a really good movie too. So I'm looking forward to her performance. Hopefully it's a great movie. George Miller's back. Just please let it be a great movie. And no CGI, please. Thank you. Because that's what made the last one great, was no CGI. Or very minimal CGI. And at number 1, we have Dune Part 2. This was supposed to come out in November, and I'm so sad that it didn't. It got pushed because of the actors and the writers strike, but the trailers look amazing. They just dropped a new one the other day. Holy crap, it looks so good. I love the first Dune, and apparently this one is supposed to like ramp up the actions. I'm hyped. Like, I cannot wait for Dune 2. This movie is gonna sorry, I'm still a little sick. This movie is gonna rock. I'm so hyped. I love Dune. Man, I'm so excited for this movie. There's not as many big titles coming out next year as there is this year. But that's okay. As long as we're still getting good movies, that's okay. This year just had like a lot of big releases, I feel like. And so did 2022. And so there's not as many of them this year, but that's okay. As long as we're still getting great movies. Okay. Now let's go over my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2023. And let's talk about how they all turned out. At number 10, I put Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Great movie. Ended up being on my top 10 of the year list. Absolutely loved it. Thought it was fantastic. At number 9, I put Scream 6. Yeah, it wasn't great. The ending really fell apart, but still, it was a slasher movie. It was better than the fifth one. Actually, it was the second best in the franchise, actually, surprisingly. So it ended up pretty good. I liked it. It was good. I had a good time with it. At number 8, I put Transformers Rise of the Beast. I thought that was like pretty much just as good as the 2007 Michael Bay one. I really had a good time with it. It didn't quite make my top 10 just because, you know, it's Transformers. So why would it? But still, I loved it. I had such a good time. It was just a great, fun popcorn flick. I really had a good time. Now, this one I actually skipped. I went back tonight and I rewatched that video, my top 10 most anticipated of 2023. And I noticed that I skipped straight from 8 to 6. So I looked at my list here and I saw that at number 7, I had The Expendables 4. And I guess when I was talking, I must have just somehow skipped over it. So at number 7, I had The Expendables 4. And that ended up being on my worst of the year list. So, yeah. I didn't hate it. I loved all the Jason Statham stuff. It was just a very poorly written film. At number 6, I had Killers of the Flower Moon. That ended up making my top 10 of the year list. Great movie. Still in theaters. Go see it. Go support it because it's bombing and it shouldn't be bombing. It's a great movie. Go support good movies and stop supporting bad movies. And number 5, I put... I remember, I couldn't remember the name of it, but it was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse was what I was trying to say in the video. Yeah, that ended up being number 4 on my top 10 of the year list. Great movie, had a good time. Animation was beautiful. Just all around great, heartwarming film that you could tell so much love and passion was put into. When you put love and passion into a movie, you can make a great movie. And Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, you could definitely see that. At number 4, I put Oppenheimer. That also made my top 10 of the year list. Great movie. Talked about it a couple times on the channel. Last half hour of it kind of slowed down for me, but still really, really great movie. I've never seen a biopic that was actually like epic like that when it's not an action movie. It's not an action movie. It's, you know, it's a biography where people talk, but it still feels epic. He somehow managed to capture that. Nolan is a magician. At number 3, I had Dune 2. Yeah, that ended up getting pushed. So we'll see how that goes. At number 2, I had Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. This, of course, ended up being my favorite movie of the year. I just rewatched it again today. Perfection, just masterful filmmaking. I'm still absolutely pissed that it bombed because it's an amazing movie. And if you haven't seen it yet, go buy it on Blu-ray. Don't watch it on streaming. Go buy it on Blu-ray. Please. Go buy it. It's better that way. And you support the movie when you buy it. You're not supporting a movie by waiting for it to get dumped on streaming. Yeah, you save a few dollars, but you're making yourself get worse content because you're not supporting good content. When you don't support good content, you get bad content. That's why they say they don't make them like they used to. Movies aren't as good as they used to be because you're not supporting good movies. Support good movies. Go buy this movie. And at number 1, I had Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. And I did an extensive review on that. Go check it out. It ended up being an honorable mention in my top 10. I still really like that movie. I think it's a solid 8 out of 10. Or if I had to give it a letter grade, I'd give it like a B. But I really wanted it to be like at least like an A minus. It just wasn't as good as I wanted it and needed it to be. Um, Indiana Jones is just a franchise that's just meant so much to me throughout my life, and I really, really wanted this to be great. It wasn't, but at least it was good, and I enjoyed it. So at least I got that out of it. So yeah, that's it. I'm done. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to Pirate Planet Team for more. Hit the like button. If there's anything you want to see me review, drop it in the comments. I'll consider it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Much love. Oh, and of course, I gotta mention, I don't think this is gonna be my last video of the year, but I do have to say this. Thank you so much for rocking with me this year. Like, seriously, like, the fact that people click on these, I know my videos don't get a lot of views, but the fact that people click on them at all, it means a lot. It does. That some people actually find my dumb butt entertaining. So I appreciate it. And here's to another great year. Much love.